How would a native speaker answer questions about hobbies and interests, keeping fit, a website they use, and the internet? Watch this video to find out. Hello there, David from IELTS Teacher 365 here. In this full IELTS mock speaking test, I will be playing the role of a candidate from Poland, Jan. I hope I said that right. So, if you're looking to improve your speaking or get a band 7, 8 or 9 in your IELTS test, then pay attention to the language I use and my native speaker pronunciation. If you're ready, let's get started.
Can you tell me your full name, please?
I'm Jan Broda.
And where are you from?
I was born in Warsaw in Poland and grew up there, but now I live here in the UK.
Can I see your identification, please?
Yes, here you go.
Thank you, that's fine. Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I'm a qualified nurse and currently I'm working for a care home for the elderly here in Manchester.
And why did you choose this career?
Well, ever since I was a child, I was sure I wanted to help people when I grew up. And also, biology was my favourite subject at school. So I trained as a nurse in Poland, and I have to say that I really enjoyed the course and I knew that I was making the right career choice.
Where do you see yourself in this profession in the future?
Right now, I can't imagine doing anything else that isn't related to nursing. However, in the future, I would probably like to work in a hospital because that's where I imagined myself working when I trained to be a nurse. I'm also planning to do a course here in England in order to further my education, but for the time being, I'm very happy where I am.
Let's talk about your hobbies and interests. What hobbies and interests do you have?
What I enjoy doing most in my free time is painting. I've always enjoyed this activity since I was a child because I find it very relaxing and engaging at the same time. Another of my interests is cooking, especially baking cakes. It's a lot of fun because you can make such a wide variety of things, and I find it really exciting and challenging to do a recipe for the first time.
How many hours a week do you spend on your hobbies and interests?
To be honest, it varies from week to week. Usually I only cook at weekends, and so I might spend 2 or 3 hours on this. A lot depends on the recipe I'm following. And it's the same with painting. Some weeks I only have time to go to my art class, which is 2 hours long, and on other occasions, when the weather's nice, I paint outdoors, and then I might spend 3 or 4 hours working on a particular painting.
Do you spend money on your hobbies and interests?
Yes, of course. I always need to buy ingredients whenever I bake, and I also like to treat myself to a new cookery book now and again. I know you can get all the recipes online nowadays, but I really enjoy reading them. And of course, for my painting, I need to buy the typical materials such as paper, paints and brushes. But I don't think I spend a lot on my hobbies, but what I do is definitely worth it.
Is there a new hobby you would like to try?
Yes, there is actually. I'd love to do a course and learn how to dive. I really enjoy watching documentary programs about marine life, and so I think it would be amazing to go diving and see a coral reef with my own eyes. Everything seems so colourful when you see it on television, and I'd really like to experience it for myself someday.
Now let's talk about keeping fit. How do you keep fit?
Something I do every morning when I wake up is a 10-minute yoga class, and I think it's a great way to start the day. I also go to a gym twice a week, which is near where I work, and there I do an aerobics or a fitness class. I really like these kinds of workouts because they really make you sweat and you feel great afterwards. And when I get the opportunity, I also like to get out of the city and go walking in the countryside. I love breathing the fresh air because it makes me feel more alive.
What kind of food is good for keeping fit?
Well, I think most people know about the food pyramid, which tells us what we should eat and how often. We need to have carbohydrates like pasta and bread and rice, and also 2 or 3 servings of fruit and vegetables every day, as they contain lots of important vitamins. Then we have dairy products like milk and cheese, as well as meat and fish. I think these foods provide us with the protein we need, and obviously things like sweets and cakes should be eaten in very small quantities or not at all.
How important do you think it is to keep fit?
To my mind, I think it's vital. I mean, one of the biggest benefits is that it helps you control your weight, because when you work out, you burn calories. Keeping fit is also essential if you want to look after your health. It can help prevent a range of conditions like heart disease. And it's been demonstrated that regular exercise not only increases your energy level, but also improves your mood as well. And I've also read that when we exercise, we sleep better as a result. So I think it's common sense to keep fit.
Thank you. Now I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
So here's some paper and a pen to make some notes, and here's your topic. Please don't write anything on the booklet. I'd like you to describe a useful website you have visited.
Describe a useful website you have visited. You should say what it is about, when and how you found this website, how often you visit it, and explain why you think it is useful for you.
All right?
Yes.
Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Well, I use a wide variety of websites for many different reasons. But if I had to choose just one, then perhaps the most useful for me is the official BBC website. First and foremost, it's a news website, so you can read or watch videos about important world events as they happen. And you can also choose areas of society, such as science and technology, culture or sports, and find out what's been happening there too. Another important feature of the website is that you have direct access to all the BBC radio stations, so you can listen to any of the shows that are being broadcast at that moment, or listen to recordings of programs that have already finished. And there are all kinds of stations, such as music, politics, sports and business, and this is really useful for me because I have quite varied interests. And another great feature is the language learning section of the website. This includes lots of useful content for non-native speakers who want to improve their English level. I really like this part of the website because I'm always trying to improve my knowledge of the English language. Regarding how and when I discovered this website, it was recommended to me by one of my university lecturers about 8 years ago. So that's how long I've been using it really. I'd say I visit the website almost every day, mostly just to check the news on my mobile phone, but sometimes in the evenings on my laptop to watch videos, listen to my favourite music programs, or improve my English. All in all, I think it's an excellent website, and I've often recommended it to family, friends and colleagues.
Thank you. What special design does it have?
Well, on the home page, you will always find the most important headlines of the day at the top, and then the less important news as you scroll down the page. You also have many sub-menus at the top of the home page, as you'd expect. Perhaps the important thing to note is that many of the less obvious features of the website, such as radio and language learning, are hidden in one of the sub-menus, More. So it's important to check out all the things that you can find there.
Thank you. Can I take the booklet and the pencil and paper back, please? Thank you. We've been talking about a useful website you have visited, and I'd like to discuss with you one or two more general questions related to this. So let's consider first of all the importance of the Internet. What is the most important feature of the Internet?
For me, what I most value is that I can access a wide range of information about every imaginable subject just at the push of a button. In the past, you would have had to go to the library and spend hours searching through books, and even then there was no guarantee you'd find what you were looking for. Also, it provides us with breaking news stories as they happen. You don't have to wait to watch them on television or read the newspapers the next day to find out what's going on in the world. We can stay informed in real time.
Do you think our lives have been improved by the Internet?
Yes, most definitely. I mean, the Internet has completely revolutionized the way we store and access information. And as a result, we have everything we need to know at our fingertips. It's also made the sharing of information quick and easy, as you can send documents, photos and videos anywhere in the world in an instant. Another way that I think it's improved our lives is in terms of communication. I mean, distance is no longer a barrier, and we can connect with people all over the world via email, social networks and video conferencing.
What are some of the ways the Internet can be used for education?
I think the most obvious use for educational purposes is the easy access we have to information. Whatever subject you're researching, you can find what you're looking for in a fraction of the time it used to take. And not only text, but also visual information such as photographs and video. And another revolution is online learning. We can study an ever-increasing number of courses and degrees online. More and more people are becoming virtual students because as long as you have the Internet, you can access the course from anywhere in the world.
Let's go on and think about online shopping. How do you feel about online shopping?
From my point of view, online shopping represents the future. I think more and more people are realizing that doing it from the comfort of your own home or workplace not only saves you time, but money as well. I mean, walking or driving to the shops takes up time that we could be devoting to other activities, such as being with the family, playing sports, or updating your skills. And it's almost always cheaper to buy online because internet businesses have fewer overheads than traditional shops.
Do you think online shopping is secure?
No, not always. I think it very much depends on where you're shopping. I usually stick to familiar companies like Amazon and Alibaba because I know they've invested a lot of money in safe payment facilities for their online customers. On the other hand, I'm extra careful about sharing my credit card details with online companies I've never heard of or used before. When I'm not 100% sure about a company, what I normally do is use PayPal, which is an online payment service. And this way I feel more protected.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So, there you have it. How did I mean Jan, do? What score would you give him in part 1, 2 and 3? If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe and the bell below so that you never miss any future videos and the opportunity to improve your English and your IELTS band score. I'm David, thanks very much for watching, and until next time, take care and keep practicing.